Welcome to the trailer of Think Tenacity podcast show. Guys, I'm so happy that you decided to click on the trailer link to listen to the trailer for Think Tenacity podcast. I'm Bella Rarewell, the host and founder, creator of Think Tenacity podcast. I created this podcast show for you with that word tenacity. I am diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I mainly suffer from depression. I created Think Tenacity podcast when I was in my deepest hour, going through severe depression.
Coming up.
I'd like to take a few moments, if that's okay with you, because I'd like to share with you why I created the Think Tenacity podcast show for you. I'm a speaker specializing in mental health awareness and positive education. I'm also a small business owner. I'm diagnosed with bipolar disorder and have been running a business with bipolar for the last decade. You may or may not know what bipolar disorder is, but one of my main symptoms is depression. And this was the motivation to create the Think Tenacity podcast. I thought about creating this podcast when I was in the deepest, darkest hour of my depression. I'm really passionate about helping people like yourself or anybody else you know who is suffering from depression. Not only suffering from depression, but if you are a small business owner or entrepreneur running a business. Because whether we like it or not, sometimes it can be so hard to run away from the stress running a business, especially during these very difficult circumstances we are facing right now with COVID-19.
Something wonderful for your ears and your mind.
One thing about me is, no matter how hard my depression may be, somehow I normally find a way to follow the light. And that's what I would like to do for you.
To get you on the road to where you want to be.
I would like to give you some inspiration and motivation that when you are going through difficult periods of stress, difficult periods and challenges within your business or within life, and you may be suffering depression or you may not be, I want to share my experiences living and running a business with a mental health illness, to share how I find the tenacity to keep going, because I know how hard it is. You may not be diagnosed with a mental illness such as bipolar disorder. However, each and every one of us has mental health, and it's something that I am so passionate about that needs to be talked about more. We also need to be encouraged to increase our mental health fitness. In the same way that we go to the gym, we have a good diet, we might drink water, we need to increase our mental health fitness so that we can get through some of the difficult times that we are faced in our personal life and business life. I enjoy my role as a professional speaker, specializing in mental health positive awareness. And I want to use my skills as a podcaster to share with you my journey of life, living with a mental health illness. And you know what? I am still living a fab life and living a successful life as a female business owner. And if I can do it, you can do it as well. I've been privileged to be featured in quite a few media, such as Pride Magazine, wearethecity.com, the London Chamber magazine, also Stylist, and I'll add all of those links in the bio. I also have a bonus gift for you. Not only have I created this podcast for you, I have also created a website where you can get more information about mental health tips, links if you need mental health assistance, blogs, and so much more. Stay tuned to the end of the trailer and I'll share that website link with you. So what's to be expected on Think Tenacity podcast? I can't wait to share some really great mental health tips, specifically tips around depression and stress, so that you can follow the light. Get ready to hear some fantastic podcast guest interviews when I'll be bringing experts onto the podcast channels, ranging from medical professionals, doctors, and business experts to help you grow your business. I also can't wait to share my journey with you on how I managed to find the light when I'm going through the dark days of depression and share with you some really great mental health tips so that you can increase your mental health fitness too and grow your business. Mental health illness does not discriminate. Mental health illness or mental health is something that affects each and every one of us. It can even affect the royal family, every type of business, no matter if the business is on the stock exchange or it's a brand new startup. Mental health and mental health illness does not discriminate whether you're black, white, orange or purple, or even what gender you are, a man, woman, or even transgender. Unfortunately, it's an illness, and it's an illness that can affect each and every one of us. You'll hear throughout my podcast, I share with you tips. You'll often hear me talk about the power of 3. Someone like myself living with a mental health illness, I like to keep things simple. I've been very successful in my business career, and throughout my journey, I've really tried to keep things simple to balance my work life and some of the stresses and strains living with a mental health illness. I often talk about the power of 3.
Back to back.
There's 3 things I would like you to remember about mental health and mental health illness.
3.
A mental health illness is an illness like none other, whether you have a heart attack, diabetes.
2.
That because another person has a mental illness and it's not physical, such as a broken leg, you may not see it, but they still have that illness.
1.
Mental health does not stop anybody from being successful. You still can live a fantastic and fabulous life. The last thing I would like to share about mental health, part of my power of 3, is I wish that one day we can have more compassion and love for individuals that are diagnosed with a mental health illness. And I hope that one day we can be kinder and also stop the stigma. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the trailer. Please subscribe to Think Tenacity podcast and share the link with friends and family. and I can't wait for you to join me in episode 1. Take care, and I'm your podcast host, Bella Rareweld. For more information about the podcast, please visit thinktenacity.com, or you can also email me at podcast@thinktenacity.com. And guys, please don't forget, you are brilliant. You can be successful, and do not let mental health hold you back. Have a wonderful day.